Hey guys, so I have an update. And first off, the reason why I'm sitting outside, I tried to do this video yesterday when I was driving, but I got a little choked up, so I'm redoing it. I'm earthing or grounding right now, so my feet are to the sidewalk, and for good reason. It really does work for anxiety, so I definitely recommend looking up grounding, aka earthing. So anyway, so this video is current news, and yesterday I was talking to my cousin, and we were just talking about random stuff. And I normally don't like to ask her anything about my family because I feel like I don't want to put her in the middle. Sorry, that plane is loud. I don't want to put her in the middle of stuff and make her uncomfortable. But it's been a little over a year since I've heard from my mom, and I thought, gosh, she was like calling me every other week at least, and sometimes twice in a day with the same exact message. So I know she was slowly losing it. And my birthday just came and went, and no harassing voicemail for my birthday. So I'm like, that's weird. And I asked my kids, I'm like, are you getting any voicemail from Grandma, Babsha? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm wondering if she died or she's in a nursing home because no one's saying anything to me. So I decided to ask my cousin. I'm like, hey, side weird note. I said, my greedy bitch sisters have a weird vibe that they stuck my mom in a nursing home. I don't know why. It's just been radio silent for over a year now, and that's just seems really weird. And sure enough, she responds back, oh yeah, she's in a memory care nursing home. I never heard of that before. Anyway, she's like, yeah, she has dementia. She can only remember past things, not current stuff. And so I have no idea. It sounded like she's been in there for the past year. She didn't say exactly when she was in, but that's when I stopped hearing from her. So I'm gathering it hasn't been a recent thing. So little disappointed that none of my cousins gave me a heads up. Like, hey, I know you don't talk to your mom, but because they always did. They always did in the past. Like, if anything was going on, even my other cousin, my cousin's sister, she would always like, oh, hey, by the way, I was on the phone with your mom, and I just told her I was in the neighborhood where you live, and I wasn't trying to cause any problems, but she might call you, heads up. So it was always like some kind of heads up thing, but nothing. And then the fact that they all know, I know they all know, because she was mentioning, oh yeah, so-and-so and so-and-so. So I'm like, okay, so they all know that my mom's in a nursing home now. I'm like, no one told me. I thought that was, and it's, a part of me thinks two things. One, they just wanted to mind their business. Or my sisters told them that I knew and probably smear campaigned me in some way. Like, oh yeah, she doesn't give a shit, da-da-da, like whatever it was. And so they probably just went with whatever they said and believed it because, for some reason my my middle sister, can brainwash people pretty dang good. She can win the fight. So I always had to sit back and just let them, I guess is a new term I've heard with Mel Robbins. If you ever look her up, she has a let them theory, which is basically saying let them, which is actually a good way to get over things, because it's like it's nothing you can do about it. You can't control it. It can just drive you insane. Let them hate you. Let them think the way they want to do. It's their decision. So the other part of me thinks so I think when she does die, so I don't know how long people stay in these nursing homes. I don't think these nursing homes really care for them real well. I could be wrong, but so I don't know when she'll pass on or whatever. I don't think she'll ever be coming back home, but I doubt they're going to tell me that she's died. So I have already accepted that. And at this point, that's fine. I think the thing is, though, I know my sisters are evil and I know they're greedy. So they probably, in my head, I know it's not about me, but I know that it's about taking the inheritance. And if my name's on the will at all, unless they got her to sign away, because as a notary in the past, I've been to a hospice type thing where the patient can literally just write an X if they're not capable of signing to notarize something for them. So it wouldn't surprise me if they got her to notarize my name off the will, which, that's fine. I don't expect to have her money. I'm still a little peeved about my brother's money because that was his wishes to give to my kids, and they're choosing to not give it to my kids. And they're telling my cousin that, oh yeah, they'll get the money when, Babja passes away. I'm like, yeah, sure. They're not going to get the money. That's such a lie. So they've got my cousins brainwashed to think they're good people. My thoughts are they probably had my mom's house. I don't know this for facts. This is just my gut instinct, and I've been right on about her being in a nursing home. So here's just my gut instinct that they probably had her home signed away to their name, knowing they're going to stick her in a nursing home. Because from what my cousin said, when her mom was in a nursing home, I guess the Medicaid or Medicare won't cover it until all their assets are depleted, and then they'll start covering it. And I know it's expensive, these nursing homes. So if that was the case, it would have to start going after my mom's house and whatever bank accounts she has. So my thoughts are they had her sign her house away to them so they can sell it and have it under their name. So it's no longer her asset. I don't know how, if anybody knows it, please let me know, okay? So I could be off on this. And then I don't know about her accounts, if they could transfer her money. I would think that. Wouldn't Medicare or Medicaid check that kind of stuff? Like, who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised. And the thing is, my sisters, they're doing financially well. And so it kind of sickens me that they got to have more money, And I'm getting by, and I don't need a fancy lifestyle. But, it would have been a nice little leg up on my kids to, like, have a nice, little lump sum from their uncle that was promised to them, in which my sisters took. So I'm like, that's kind of shitty. But, I guess it let them, I guess. That's all I can do, because I'm certainly not going to fight it. Yeah, I can say, like, am I relieved that I've been free of having to deal with all this? 100%. So I don't feel like I deserve any of my mom's money, because if my sisters have to take that on, dealing with dementia, I'm sure that's really difficult. So, but they stuck her in her home, so they really don't have to deal with it. The home has to deal with it. Who knows how often they're visiting her? But I will say this, back when I was living out there, my brother-in-law, the Narcissist's husband, had pamphlets for a nursing home, and he was telling her all about, hey, you should sell your house and go to one of these kind of senior living homes kind of thing. And my mom was against it. She's like, there's no way in hell I'm hanging out with a bunch. I'm not an old lady, just real stubborn about it. So there's no way in hell that she was doing this on her own will. I know that she must have been taken away somehow, and I doubt she's happy there. I'm sure I really don't know. Again, if you guys know, if you have any experiences with this, let me know. But I 100% can say I doubt she did this on her own will, because she never would agree with that. She was living by herself in the home that we all were raised in. So I don't know. But very surprised and or disappointed that none of my cousins gave me info on this. So, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to, right now, just lay low. I kind of pretty much on Facebook unfollowed everybody, because I'm just over family, because my sister, that's the only thing that they have power on smear campaigning me with is family members, cousins, people that I thought I liked. But the people that I have in my life today, like my friends, they know me and they don't know them, and they would never believe the shit that they would try to tell them. But my cousins, they could be brainwashed pretty easy, because I don't know half of them that well, since we lived in California and they lived all the way back east. So we were completely on opposite ends of the country. And so I really don't know them as well. Just a few of them, which is the ones I was talking to. So there's that. I'm sure when she dies, no one's going to tell me. But yeah, so on Facebook, I unfollowed everybody, because I'm like, I'm over this. They don't know. It's like I didn't unfriend them. I just don't want to see their posts. And then for me, on your posts, like where you can say everyone except can see your posts. I just said everyone except everybody that I'm related to. I'm like, they don't need to see what's up with me either. Because I'm not posting my dirty laundry out there. I'm just posting like, hey, I went here, or hey, I did this, so it looks like I'm just living the life. And so they're probably thinking I'm an asshole. And so I'm like, no, I'm just going to not post at all. But if I do, they're not going to be able to see it anymore. So I'm just kind of taking a long ass break from talking to any of these people I'm related to. I'm really, family's overrated 100%. I have no, the family tree starts with me. So, surprisingly though, with my kids, I told them about this because I don't want to keep it from them. I said, hey, by the way, cousin so-and-so said your grandma or babcha is in a nursing home. And, they're just like, okay. Like they're not that close to my mom and or my sisters. So I guess the positive thing about my sisters being an asshole with keeping that money, which my cousin keeps saying, oh yeah, they're disciplining you, or they're taking it out on you that you didn't help out with the mom, so they're keeping that money from you until she dies, which they're not. We're not getting shit, you know that. But I'm like, how are they punishing me? They're punishing my kids. It's not my money. I wasn't going to take it. So I'm like, they're punishing my kids. So my kids are aware of that, and so they have no desire to have a relationship with them. So I guess I would never stop them from having one, but I'm okay with them not wanting one. I'm like, I got your back with that. So, because all I can say is I know I would hope my kids would not believe them, but I could see them smear campaigning me to them to get them to not like me, because my mom was trying to say I'm the reason why they're not getting the money. So I think that's a couple voicemails on my previous vlogs that you hear her saying that. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you an update. I will no longer be getting harassing phone calls from my mom anymore. Apparently they confiscate your phones, so you can't have a cell phone when you're at the nursing home. I don't know, I guess so. So, and apparently I'll never know when she dies, because I don't think my cousins are even going to tell me. I think I'll just have to ask one day, like, hey, did my mom die? But I'm thinking I shouldn't ask. I guess I'll just better off not knowing. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for listening. And once again, put your feet to the ground and earth away. This takes away all the anxiety and a huge amount of other ailments that I am just amazed at. It's very powerful, this earthing, grounding thing. I definitely need it for this situation. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.